Today we are going to talk about the freedom struggles or the freedom movements around the world. So let's begin. What are the freedom movements? Why do they matter? Civil rights, anti-colonialism, democracy, gender equality, and digital freedom. When we look into history, here are some historical moments. American Revolution, it was between 1775 to 1783. Fight for independence from British rule. French Revolution, it was between 1789 to 1799. Liberty, Equality, Fraternity, Haitian Revolution, it was between 1791 to 1804. First successful slave revolt, Indian independence movement, it was between 1857 to 1947, and nonviolent resistance led by Gandhi. Now let's move towards South African anti-apartheid movement. It was between 1948 to 1994, led by Nelson Mandela, and the end of the racial segregation. Vietnamese independence. It was between 1945 to 1975, resistance against French and American forces. Polish solidarity movement. It was during 1980s, workers' right and anti-communist resistance. Civil rights and social justice. US civil rights movement, it was between 1915 to 1960s. Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and the fight against segregation. Women's suffrage movement, UK, USA, New Zealand, and global milestone. LGBTQ, human rights, Stonewall rights, marriage equality, and global progress. Black Lives Matter 2013 presents. Racial justice and police accountability. Ni Minos, Argentina. Feminist movements against gender-based violence. Global democratic struggles. Arab Spring between 2010 to 2012. Uprising across the Middle East and North Africa. Hong Kong democracy movement between 2014 to 20. Protest against Chinese controlled Myanmar. Pro-democracy movement. Resistance against military coups. Iranian women's freedom movement since 2022, and it's still going on. Women, life, freedom. Protest against Ukraine's Euromaidan and resistance to Russian aggression. Fight for sovereignty. Now let's move towards the grassroots and indigenous movements. Zapatista movement, it was in Mexico. Indigenous rights and anti-globalization. Standing Rock, Ziox protest, US. Environmental and tribal sovereignty farmer protest in India in 2020 to still 2021. Opposition to agricultural reforms. Now moving towards digital and modern movements. End of SARS, Nigeria. Youth lead protest against police brutality. Belarus protest in 2020 demanding for fair elections and democratic reforms. Climate justice movements. Fridays for Future. Extinction Rebellion, digital reform, anti-censorship movements in China, Russia, and Iran. Reflection and freedom. Challenges to freedom. Authoritarianism, surveillance, disinformation, role of technology, social media, digital activism, and global solidarity. Conclusion. The ongoing journey for freedom and justice.